Hi everyone, welcome back. So after building the Google Auth login, now it's easy. You can just replicate the same platform either with the GitHub or either Twitter, Facebook and all. What you need is the creating the app there, registering the callback URL, redirect URI and the logout and the origin. They can ask you for information. The application you are running from, the domain either localhost 3000, the web origin, then the logout URI or the callback URI. Callback URI is the must and very important. So we can just use the same Node.js Express app. If you want to implement it for the GitHub login, you just go to the GitHub developer console, create a new Auth app, add a homepage URL, redirect URI. You will get a client ID and a client secret and callback URL. And then you will just register them, because there are two ways. Either we use this some kind of SDK, which like we did with the Google. Now here we are just going to use Axios. So how we do is we will just call the GitHub APIs by passing the client secret, client ID, and it will redirect us to the login page. Then once we are authenticated properly, it will take us to the callback page, and we got the code. That code we are going to pass with the client ID, client secret, and we will get the access token. So this example shows like the whole Auth flow, because so GitHub gives you the application with the client ID and the client secret, right? The GitHub is the authorization server. When user clicks on login with the GitHub, we are redirecting user to this app. GitHub.com login auth authorize. We are passing client ID, and user will be redirected to this URL. What is this URL? This URL is nothing but it will present a web page with the GitHub login. Once you see the GitHub login, you entered your credentials, everything is good. Then GitHub will return the code, because in the query, in the path, GitHub will send a code to our API localhost 3000. You can see this is the callback, localhost 3000 callback. It will redirect us with the query parameter in the code. Now we got the code, we have a client ID, we have a secret ID. Either internal SDK does it, because in the Google social login we didn't do this. This code exchange was happening internally, but this is the Auth flow. Once you give a consent, once you enter username, password and give a consent, the social provider, the authorization server will redirect you to the callback URI with code, authorization code. This is the code, and we are passing this code now to the GitHub Access API, Auth API. And in the exchange of that, we will get the access token, right? And use the token to get the user info. Now this token is enough. Now with that token, you can access the GitHub API, because that's the API server. Authorization server is the GitHub, and the API server is also not our internal API, but the GitHub API. But to access those GitHub APIs, we need access token, which we got by passing the client ID, client secret and authorization code. Now we got the data, and we will just show, okay, response.send, here is your login, you successfully logged in, this is your username and avatar URL, right? So this is the plain and simple demo how things works when we do with the GitHub. Now both are different way of doing it, but both are directly and indirectly following the same Auth flow. In the Google, this authorization exchange code was happening internally. We were not doing Axios call to the Google. Google was internally taking care of using passport local strategy, but this one also we can try. So this is the end-to-end thing, how things works when we we create application with the GitHub.